We got running shoes, running packs, like the Win magazine, running nutrition, running socks, running apparel, colourful running tights, Dean Karnassus, running poles, running caps, running sunglasses. Yep, we're back up at the NEC in Birmingham for this year's National Running Show. We came up last year and had a great time, but it's looking like it's going to be bigger and better this year with lots of people streaming into the show behind me. There's lots of exciting running brands to look at and lots of awesome motivational speakers to listen to. So let's get inside and let's check it out. But first stop, let's go and get some caffeine. Walking around the show for a good hour now, and it's great to see it so busy. Definitely bigger and better than last year. We got lots of brands who weren't here last year, and a lot of the big brands have come out to play as well. So we got the likes of Mizuno, ASICS and Saucony. They're here with their products, showing them off, which is always good to see. We got a bit of music playing in the background. We've even got guys doing a bit of parkour up there. Parkour, yeah, up on the van. So a bit of everything for everybody to see. So we're gonna get stuck into the show and dive a bit deeper and see what we can find. We've just been walking around the show here at the NEC, and we're going to talk to some of the exhibitors here, and we came across Darn Tough Socks. Now this is a brand that I've come across, but you don't really hear a lot about them in the UK, yet they're making some great products. So they've come over from the US. We've got Jake from the brand here. How's the show going, mate?
Show's been great. Yeah, the 2 days of constant traffic, so it's been no complaints. It's been awesome to be here in the UK run market.
Yeah, and you've come over from the US for a few shows, are you? Or is it just specifically this one?
Yeah, I came over. There was another show last week, and then here for the show, and then fly home on Monday.
Yeah, that's a good effort, mate. And it's been worthwhile. You've been busy at the stall.
Yeah, it's been. I'm tired after each day because it's been so busy. So a lot of good conversation, and hopefully getting socks on a lot of people's feet.
Yeah, awesome. So like I was saying, you make some great products. I think it'd be great to sort of tell the viewers a bit more about it, because like I say, I don't think the brand's really well known in the UK. Like I say, yeah, you're making some great product and great running socks. So
definitely, that's why we're here, to try to grow our brand awareness, get more socks on people's feet, as I mentioned. So yeah, Darn Tough Vermont. We've been around since 2004. Okay. Family owned. We own the entire process, so we own our mill, we source everything, and the biggest thing for us is we have a lifetime guarantee. Yeah, so you get a hole in our socks after 5 miles, 50 miles, 500 miles. You return them, we replace them for free.
That is an impressive guarantee. And actually in the background, you can't really see it, but this is a picture of their mill, which looks amazing. So yeah, US made, lifetime guarantee, and you use a lot of merino wools in your product?
Yes, yep. Yeah, merino is our main ingredient in our socks, and we have great run socks, hike socks, ski, snowboard socks, lifestyle socks, and a couple other categories as well too.
Yeah, I'm a big lover of merino socks, especially here in the UK, with some of the wet, muddy winter conditions we get. I think merino wool in a sock is a winner. The guys are actually really kind to hook us up with a pair with the Arc of Attrition coming up next weekend. Plenty of mud, plenty of water, so the socks are definitely going to come in handy. They're actually that pair of socks as well.
Yeah,
so
perfect. Yeah,
they're going to come in handy.
I would say merino is the premium fiber. Yeah. So keep your feet warm in the wintertime, and it'll keep your feet cool in the summertime with their thermoregulating properties. So buy yourself some merino wool socks.
Yeah. So what we'll do, guys, we'll leave all the links in the description for Darn Tough, so you can go and check them out. Like I say, they make some super comfy running socks, really technical, quality product, and like I say, they use a lot of merino wool, so definitely worth checking out. But thanks for talking to us, Jake. And
yeah,
appreciate it.
Thanks for stopping by.
Have a safe trip home. On our travels around the show, we bumped into Andy, who is a viewer of the channel. Welcome to the channel, mate. Thanks for watching. Really appreciated. And we got chatting, and he was telling us all about this exciting new project that he's got underway that's going to be opening up in Brighton, I believe, very soon. So I think it'd be great if you could sort of fill the viewers in on what this exciting sort of new career change is that you're doing, mate.
Thanks very much, Lloyd. Yeah, I'm opening up a performance lab on Brighton Seafront, where we're doing physiological testing. So VO2 max, lactate thresholds, substrate utilisation, so how you're using carbohydrates and fats in a science grade performance lab. And it's right on the seafront at a development called Sea Lanes with a 50-metre open water pool.
Yeah, we've seen some plans for what's going. I mean, a 50-metre pool is pretty impressive. There's not many of them in the UK, that's for sure. Yeah. And you were telling me about some of the sort of state-of-the-art equipment that you got coming in as well.
So we'll be using breath-by-breath gas analysis to do substrate utilisation and VO2 profiles, so to get VO2 max. We've got science-grade treadmill, and also for those triathletes out there that might watch the show, we've got a cycle ergometer as well, so you can come and do cycle testing as well as running testing. And then from that we can develop training plans and work together as for on the long haul to take people to their goals, whatever their goal is. I'm trying to match their body's response to exercise to their goal event and try and match the two together to make it really work for them. Life has stresses, and it's hard enough fitting all this stuff into your life. Fitting your life stuff in before you throw training into that as well.
So true.
And it's very, very easy for it to all go very, very pear-shaped.
Hopefully, as well, when Andy's got everything organised and he's open, we're going to hopefully pay him a visit, go and see what's going on down there, which would be awesome to see what's actually going on. But thanks for coming on the channel. Thanks for telling the viewers about this exciting new project, mate.
Thanks for talking to me, Lloyd.
No problem, mate.
Very much.
Thanks a lot. Again, awesome to speak to Andy on his new sort of endurance project. He's going to be a busy man over the next couple of months, sort of setting it up and getting it ready. But while we've been here, we've also bumped into the guys from a brand that we've worked with a lot on the channel. It's the first time they've been at the show, so we're going to head over, have a chat with them, see how the show's gone, see if they've been busy, and have a look at their product. So we'll get over there now and have a chat. Okay, so we've come along to Harrier Trail Running just to catch up with Kate. How are you? You're still surviving?
Still standing, yeah.
Every time we've come past, the stand has been mega busy. We couldn't get anywhere near it. So I'd say it's probably been a positive show for you guys.
Yeah, it's been amazing. Like, we've been a bit overwhelmed with how great it's gone and seeing everybody, really. We didn't know what to expect. Last time I was here, it was a couple of years ago. I had a carrier bag with a couple of samples. Harrier just didn't exist, basically, and I would show anybody our race vests who would listen, just walking around the stalls, and now we've got our own stall and inundated all weekend, so it's been amazing.
Quite a big change then.
Yeah, it's been so good.
And not only you've been obviously here selling product, but you've been doing some free demos and talks.
Yeah, we've had like loads of people booked on. We've done some pole demos, we've done how to back a race vest, and especially the poles have been really popular, and I think everybody's enjoyed them.
Great poles, by the way. We tested and reviewed them on the channel. I use them at the TDS. Wicked carbon poles, that is for sure. So will you be back again next year, maybe, as it's gone so well?
Yeah, I think we need a bigger stand.
Yeah. I think you're right.
More staff, bigger stands, definitely.
Definitely more staff. Then you can actually go and get a drink and have something
coffee.
to eat.
Yeah.
And for the viewers watching, any sort of top secret things coming on the horizon? Any new products?
We've got some exciting things coming. So in the short term, we've got some trail running socks that we're working on, a few different styles that are really nice. And then we've also, longer term, we've been working on an 18-litre race vest. Okay. So for multi-days, longer ultras, just to grow our range and add to it. So that's really exciting. We've designed it on paper, and we're just about to get the samples made up of it.
Exciting times.
Yeah.
Onwards and upwards for Harrier Trail Running.
Woo, yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
What we got? A few hours, and then you can probably go and get a lie down.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
We made it over to the Le Sportive and Petzl stand, and we bumped into a friendly face, James Elson. If the viewers aren't familiar with James, he is the man behind the brilliant Centurion running events, so South Downs, North Downs, Autumn 100, things like that, but also one of the guys behind the British Ultra Running podcast, along with Dan Lawson. Now, James might look a little bit weary because he's been out on a bit of an epic adventure over the last few days. So what have you been up to, James? And welcome to the channel.
Thank you very much, pleasure. So I guess my week began last Saturday when I got a lift up to Edale for the start of the Spine race. So we started that on Sunday morning and ran north all the way to Scotland and finished at 4:30 on Friday morning, where I jumped in the car immediately with the video maestro Steve Ashworth. He dropped me in Shap. I had 3 hours sleep, then got a lift to the National Running Show, and here we are at the end of that weekend. So yeah, a little jaded.
That is a solid effort, mate.
Thanks, mate. Yeah.
So congratulations first on the finish. The Spine race, if you don't know what it is, 268 miles, is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
In the depths of winter, and you had some bonkers weather conditions to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, initially it was wet, very classic Spine on the first morning. It was like sleety rain turning to snow as we got up onto the Kinder Plateau. It's just so wet, and then it became icy underfoot. And then that sort of passed, and it was just incredibly cold and windy. So in many ways the ground underfoot was easier than normal because the bogs were frozen.
Yeah.
But that, flip that on its head, there was knee-deep snow in the Cheviots, and I mean, whatever the case with the Spine, it's going to be horrendous going. So.
I mean, I saw some pictures coming in, it looked like you were racing in the Arctic. Guys coming in with icicles off their beards. And
I thought I knew what my sort of layering system would be going into it, and I basically had on all the clothing I took. Yeah. I had six layers up top, including a down jacket, and I had 2 pairs of tights and waterproof trousers on for the entire of the race. I was staggered at how much kit I needed to stay warm. It's a serious undertaking, really, and I know that's not surprising, but it was still, it was still a little surprising to me, really, just how serious it was at times. Yeah.
And that's coming from a guy who's got years and years and years of ultra running experience. Yeah. I mean, it's a race that I will definitely never line up for. Terrifies the hell out of me. So massive kudos, mate. Amazing effort. And how long are you actually out there for?
Well, 116 hours in the end. It's a funny one because obviously the clock doesn't stop, and the option to sleep at the checkpoints is there. And the first couple I didn't get much at all, but then I changed my strategy to try to get a bit more solid sleep and make faster progress by recovering somewhat. Yeah. And that really paid off. And in the second half of the race, nobody came past myself and a friend of mine, Matt. He was actually finishing his 5th Spine, so super experienced guy.
So guy you want by your side.
Yeah, well, the strategy he sort of had over the years and has refined really works. So I kind of benefited from that, really, that experience. And we had such a good, strong second half, which left me feeling a lot better than I have done after long ones before.
So is it one of them races where you've ticked the box and never to revisit?
100%. Yeah. I will never do that race again.
It's funny, I thought you were going to say
Do you know, there's only one other event that I said that about, and that was the Grand Union Canal race. And that's not because I don't love that event, I do, but I managed to scrape a win in probably the worst winning time of the last 10 years at Grand Union.
Win's a win, mate.
Well, there you go. And you're not going to get better than that. So I sort of walked away from Grand Union. This is the first race I've thought, I'm not coming back here. Like, this was hard and miserable enough, and extremely satisfying to get to the end, obviously, that I don't think the motivation would be there to do it again.
And I'd say, quite outside your comfort zone, being a runner, you run long distance quickly. You can't really do that on the Spine.
No, you can't. And your training is specific with a heavy pack, loads of gear, a lot of hiking. It's an adventure, it's a challenge, and it really tests other facets of your running besides the pure running. Yeah. But you're absolutely right, at the heart of it, I do love to run, and that's sort of not possible with this event. So I'm keen to get a break now and then step back into some more proper running. Yeah.
And will we be getting a podcast all about it, giving us all the gory details?
Well, Dan he just doesn't understand it. He's a man who gets cold in the heat of the desert, and he's always looked at it and gone, this no way, it looks just awful. And I know he'll want to sort of chat through it, and I'm looking forward to that because for me it's an opportunity to sort of clear my head and debrief with somebody who sort of gets it.
Yeah, it's good to go, talk back and go through it, especially with someone like Dan. I'm with Dan. Give me warm weather any day of the week. I'm like a lizard. That stuff, like I say, just terrifies me. But so more about the podcast, really. So you've got lots of plans for the podcast?
Not really. I mean, we started it off, I think it was probably 6-7 years ago now, and it was about us trying to speak to prominent British ultra runners and some semi-serious interviews, and over time it degenerated into just a phone call between me and Dan. He has got no available free time, which for a man who basically just lives life for the universe is incredible. Getting us together to be able to record is shockingly difficult. Half the episodes we record never see the light of day because the sound quality is so bad. So it's degenerated into just this phone call like once every couple of months between us, but people do seem to.
Yeah, I think you've got to. Yeah, I think you're underselling it, mate. Right, I mean, I listen regularly, and I actually listened to the last podcast I listened to was when you had finished the Tour de Jean and Dan had just done the 24-hour, and I was out on a run and I was cracking up the whole way around. Right? I just thought it's like the two runners of running podcasts. You work well together.
Yeah, a lot of people say that we're very different personalities, so it works. But the other thing is, I think people enjoy the fact that we just say it as it is.
Yeah, 100%.
There's no silver coating gloss.
It's just relaxed, you keep chatting, and I think that's what makes it very different from a lot of the other podcasts out there. I think so what I'll do is I'll link below a link to the podcast and obviously to Centurion Running, because some of the best running events in the UK, and in the podcast is a great listen. But thanks for chatting, mate.
Yeah, thanks.
And
really
well done again, mate.
Cheers,
well
mate.
done.
Thank you.
Go and have a lie down.
I will do. Yeah.
Well done, mate.
Cheers, Lloyd.
Okay, we are all done at the National Running Show and we have had a fantastic day, but I've got to say, pretty tired. It's been a busy day and it's always tiring walking around these big shows because there's so much great stuff to see. I have to say it, really great to meet so many viewers of the channel. Awesome that you came up, had a chat, so much positive feedback. So thanks very much, guys. It was great to put some faces to names. It was also good to speak to some of the exhibitors. Great to catch up with Kate from Harrier Trail and James Elson after his epic spine race. Hopefully he's lying down at the moment, catching up on some sleep. I can just see this show getting bigger and bigger over the years, so we'll definitely be paying a visit next year. But thanks for watching, guys. Really hope you enjoyed coming around the National Running Show with us. Really appreciate the support. We'll be back on the channel very soon, and as always, stay safe and keep on running. Yeah? We got running shoes. Perfect. Is that done? There you go. Dean Karnassus.
I look like you know I did that all the time.
Awesome. And can I say, your books started me on the whole ultra marathon journey. So
You still like me?